Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel. So, I did a video a few days ago, I think it was. Maybe it was more a week ago. I'm not sure. But recently I did a video where it was me reacting to 1 and 2 stars of my uh, favorite books, which I got from Peyton Reads and Brittany Books because they both uploaded a video around the same time of that concept. I liked it, so I decided to give it a try. Um, and I thought there's more we can do with that concept. I think I came up with 4 videos we could do, right? Yes, no, maybe so. Um, there's the reacting to 1-star reviews of my favorite books. It was originally gonna be 1 stars, but I changed to 1 and 2 stars because at first I couldn't find any 1 stars. For some of them, but then I realized there was a way to get more of them because I only saw like a few at first. I was like, okay then. Um, but I never pay attention to the reviews of books on Goodreads. I rated them, but I never actually reviewed them. I'm thinking about reviewing Secret Justice though, just to say how amazing it is and that everyone should read it, because I want more people to read it. But anyways, you can also do reacting to 5 stars or 4 and 5 stars reviews of your least favorite books, because be like, these people actually like them, which is the video I'm about to do. So, but there's actually not very many books that I've read that I don't like. So it's gonna be a shorter video than my last one because my last one was longer than anticipated. But there's also reacting to, what was it? Reacting to 4 and 5 stars of your least, or reacting to 4 and 5 stars of your favorite books, because then you'll be like, yay, other people like this book that I like. But then you can also do reacting to 1 or 2 stars of your least favorite books and be like, yeah, we both hate this story, because why not? That's really my only thing, why not? So yeah, this video won't be very long, probably because I'm only reacting to 1 or 2 star reviews. And yeah, so let's see. I'm doing 4 and 5 stars of my least favorite books right now. So I have a couple text messages. Oh well, I'll get them out to the video. So I'm gonna do Twilight first, because if you know me, you know I hate Twilight. So with a passion. So I decided to do that because that whenever someone talks about a book you hate, Twilight's always the first thing that comes to my mind. Why? I do not know. Um, 4, 3, 3. Okay, here's 4. I forgot I was doing 4 and 5 right now. I was looking for 1 or 2 stars. Okay, so this person I follow on Twitter and Goodreads. Okay. I haven't read these books since I was in middle school, but after reading Midnight Sun, I had to go back and compare. While I did love reading Edward's POV more, I found that I still enjoy Twilight as much as I did back then. It's a fun book, and with the added nostalgia, I had the best time reading it. I'm rating purely on personal enjoyment, so while I understand that the series has problematic aspects, I won't lie and say I didn't have fun reading something I grew up loving. Oh well. I respect her for that. You should never be ashamed to love something you love. I hate Twilight, but if she loves Twilight, then so be it, right? See, 3, 3, 3. Here's 5 stars. Oh, she didn't write a review. She just said 5 stars. Okay. Here's a 1 star review. I kind of want to read that now, but I'll read that on my other book. Okay, here's a 5 star. Oh crap, it's a long one. I'm not reading all that. I'll just read the beginning. Oh my, this book to me is like chocolate, a delicious, sinful, addictive indulgence with you convince which you convince yourself has beneficial qualities. Zinc, calcium keeps me quiet at that time of the month in order to justify your addiction. Okay then, that's all I'm reading of that. I hate Twilight. Yeah, let's see. 1, 1. Yay, people hate it too. Oh, but I'd rate it 0 though. I don't think I ended up rating it on Goodreads. I never actually finished them. I hated it so much. I did watch all the movies, but I couldn't finish the books. But I hate the movies too. I hate the books. I hate the movies. I hate it all. Um, I did like Alice and Jasper though. That's the only thing about Twilight I like. Alice is insane, and I like Alice and Jasper's relationship. But other than that, I hate everything about it. This is actually comforting knowing other people hate it. But I guess that's not surprising either because Twilight is. It's like it's popular, but at the same time, it's not. It's like it's one of those books where it's like you either hate it or you love it. There is no in between with it. There's not. You either hate it or you love it. And I honestly I think it's a good 50-50 on who hates it, who loves it. 5 star. So my review might be a bit biased. This was my first and only major episode of fangirling. I wanted to. What the heck? I don't understand this. I try so hard to look at this book with my sophisticated grown-up eyes to see past all the trite plot holes and develop a good sound hatred of Twilight. I just can't. I live for this series. Okay then. Well then, go for it, I guess. Wow, there's a lot more 1 star reviews than 4 5 star reviews, I think. 5 stars. Well, myself and my counterpart of the Dumb Book Club have finally finished this lovely book. I have so many feelings about it, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. Primarily, this book is what got me into fandom culture. I started my first YouTube channel solely to discuss Twilight, the books and the movies, and Edward was my first real crush. This one's kind of a long one, too. Okay, I'm done with Twilight. Talking about Twilight hurts my brain. Like I said, this. What else do I not like? Whenever people say what's the book you don't like, Twilight's like my first and really only response because there's not many books I didn't like. Okay, Ever After High series. I only loved the third book. Third book. It's the only one I kept after buying the series. First one, I think I rated it a 1 star, and same with the fourth. Second book, I think I rated it a 2 star because it was slightly better, but not by much. I don't know. Once I looked them up, I'll remember what I rated them. Here's the first one. I'll just do all 3 of them. Not the third one, but the first 2 and the fourth one. Because the third one I rated 5 stars. Wait, it says. Oh, wait, I thought that was my rating. No, that was the average rating. I was gonna say I knew I rated that 5 stars, not 4 stars. Or it was 4.11. But that's pretty good. But apparently everyone loves this entire series because each book's average rating is 4 stars. Third one is a lot better. The first one I wanted to fall asleep too. I rated it 1 star, yeah. Okay. Let's see. 5 stars. Oh crap. Most of these are gonna be 5 stars, aren't they? This was the fluffiest, stupidest, most adorable piece of literature I've ever read, ever. Okay then. It was good stupid, you know, the kind that uses you way too many puns and obvious characters or archetypes, but you don't care because 1 is a kid's book and 2 is written well enough that you don't care. I loved every character in this book. I loved every stupid joke. I loved how it can be interpreted as a social commentary on the feminist movement. Yes, that's very one. Raven Queen, my darling heart, doesn't want to be told to conform, to be told that she needs to be evil. She wants to be strong and keep her friends and not follow in her mother's footsteps. There's an entire world out there and her own personal happily ever after, preferably with Dex Charming. Meanwhile, Applewhite doesn't want to step outside of the box. She happily comfortable living out a sweet and peaceful life with the man she feels she's destined for. Neither of those are bad. Apple says she's willing to let all of her friends live terrible endings that they couldn't care less about so that she can live her happily ever after. She doesn't care that Raven would have to lose her friends and go to jail for poisoning her. She doesn't care that Briar would have to sleep for 100 years and then wake up without her best friends. She doesn't care that she doesn't care that Ashlyn wants to end up with Hunter, the man that she's in love with, but can't because he's not a prince. She doesn't care how they feel about their happily ever afters as long as she gets her peaceful, happy life with a man she doesn't love and doesn't love her. have strong opinions about Apple. Uh, and there's a split in the group of rebels and royals that want to stick to their story, and those who want a different future. There's nothing wrong with being a housewife, nor is there anything wrong with wanting more in your life than just that. At least that's how I saw it. Bonus fourth wall breaking with Madeline Hatter. Double bonus, I'm going to cosplay CA Cupid ASAP. I love that she actually crossed over for Monster High. That I did kind of like. But okay, 5 stars. I was buying books for a young friend's 11th birthday when this caught my eye. It looked amazing. I love fairy tale retellings and know that Miss Hale wields a wicked wand or pen, so I grabbed it. When I got home, I decided that I should probably be sure that the story is as captivating as the cover. It surpassed my hopes and expectations, and I'm particularly proud of my impulse buy. I'm hoping Mon Amy enjoys it as much as I did that, so that I have a great reason to buy the other books in the series for her, of course. 4 stars. Hmm. Let's be honest, this is a book that is effectually designed to sell dolls for Mattel's new Ever After High line. There's a YouTube series and an obnoxiously interactive website and a planned trilogy by the queen of fantasy retellings herself, Shannon Hale. I'm convinced that nobody but Shannon could have pulled this off with such aplomb. I just watched a few of the YouTube videos. Instead of rolling my eyes at the cheesy nature of it all, I continue to feel emotionally attached to the characters. What I'm saying is this book is very, very good for what it is, and it doesn't try to pretend to be anything but. Yes, the story's a little sappy. The children of famous fairy tale characters all go to school together and sign a pledge at the end of their sophomore year that they will live out the stories of their parents so the fairy tales can continue. Except Raven Queen, the daughter of the villainous queen in Snow White's story, isn't so sure that she wants to be evil. Raven is awkward and angry and wonderful. She's stuck being roommates with Applewhite, which had shades of wicked to it. Chaos ensues, so on and so forth. Yes, the characters really do say stuff like exciting and this is very, very bad. But there are also musicians named Taylor Quick and One Reflection, so it's not all terrible. My biggest hangup is that while the story has all of these delightful characters and glittering writing that Shannon Hale is known for, the metal undercurrent is very present. Applewhite, for instance, doesn't so much solve problems as flirt her way out of them. Do you like precise descriptions of what modern day fairy tale characters would wear? Well, then this is a book for you. Honestly, though, it's worth reading just to get to know Raven and Maddie and Dexter and Cerise and the rest of the EAH crew. Most excellent. I might be a little bit biased too because uh, in Ever After High, my favorite characters have always been the Wonderland characters, and the third book is mostly about the Wonderland characters. But so that so it's, I'm biased to like that one more than the others, but at the same time, that's not why I don't like the other books, especially since Mad Hatter is a big factor in all of the books. Um, but in the third book, it also shows a lot of Lizzie and Kitty. They become main characters as well as Cedar, even though she's not a Wonderland character. She's daughter of Pinocchio. But the first one, I'm sure the reason why I hate it is because it is just like the first season of Ever After High, which I actually do not like. There's a couple things I like. I like Ashley and Hunter's coming out, like them telling everyone that they're dating. I like when Ashley chooses to be with Hunter despite what everyone else thinks. I like that because they're cute and I like their relationship. But other than that, I hated the first season, and the first book is basically like the first season, and I think that's why I hated it. Second season had a lot to do with the Wonderland characters. So did the third season. That's probably why those two are my favorite seasons of Ever After High as well. Um, but the second book, I liked it a little bit more than the first and fourth. But I and honestly, I feel like to read the third, it still wasn't really that great. But honestly, if you want to read the third book, you don't have to read the first or fourth. The only book you have to read to understand third book is the second book because the chaos in third book starts in the second book. You don't have to like it, you just have to read it to understand the third book. And the fourth book is actually a prequel before the first book. It's basically just a bunch of different tales about characters and what they did on the summer before they started school. But even the characters that I loved, I wasn't that intrigued in their stories, which made me sad. Um, see. I think that's enough for, since those were kind of longer, on the longer side. So the second one, 5 stars. These, this is long too. These books look cute, yes, they're adorable. The covers are pretty and marketable, and they come with matching dolls. And you know what? I don't care that these dolls look like Bratz dolls anymore. Why? Because this book have amazing important messages that I love. First, Apple and Raven don't agree. Raven believes in freedom of choice, and Apple wants nothing so much as she wants to fulfill her destiny. And they fight and they argue, and Apple doesn't know how to see Raven's side, and Raven is struggling with all the arguments. But do you know what? They're still friends. They still care about each other in their school, and they want to close the rift between people, even if they don't know how to do that yet. They're willing to fight without hating each other, and I love that. That I have to agree with. Despite my feelings for Apple, I do like that part. I do agree with that. I lost where I was. It seems to me that every time two girls are on the opposite side of an argument or believe they have to hate each other and tear each other down in outright or perhaps even worse, passive aggressive ways, and I despise it. These books don't do that. You might think you're going to hate Apple or hate Raven, but the book doesn't really allow you to do either, even if you disagree with one of or both of them at any point. Okay, that's wrong because I do hate Apple. I might agree with the fact that Raven and Apple managed to be angry at each other, be fighting at each other, and be on opposite sides of this whole thing, but they managed to stay friends and care about each other and still help each other and care about their school and help everyone around them, and that I do like. But Apple herself, I cannot stand. I can't. I hate her worse than I hate Frankie on Monster High. I have Frankie issues as well. But the difference between Apple and Frankie is that Frankie isn't selfish. Apple seems sweet and innocent, but she's not, because what she doesn't understand. I get it, she's afraid of disappearing, but they still haven't disappeared. And she's just so, she wants her happily ever after so bad that she doesn't care if all of her friends around her are miserable with theirs. When their friend ends up in trouble, they have to set aside all their disagreements and bring everyone on both sides together to help make it right. Apple learns to draw on the strength of others, and Raven learns that she has strength she didn't know she had. They're both clever and smart, and they love their friends fiercely. This story shows time and again a girl saving her own day and being the hero for the damsel in distress by being a strong leader and a good friend. It's beautiful. It shows so much about how people can do the wrong thing when trying to do something good for the right reasons. Further, it shows how sometimes doing the right thing for you is important, even when other people will call it selfish. It shows how evil is selfish, but selfish isn't always evil. It's important to stand up for yourself and your friends, but that doesn't mean you have to stomp on other people's in the process. I just hope that people can look past the cute, pretty trappings and the little cursy jokes as the heart of these books. I mean, I don't disagree with her there, but I still didn't like it very much. How much did I rate it again? I rated it. That's my rating. Why did I rate it that? I'm changing my rating because I didn't rate that. Why would I rate it 4 stars? I didn't like this book. Weird. Okay then. I hear a pounding. Maybe I'm just going crazy. That's enough for that book. Now here's the 4th book. Here are no, I'm not doing that one. Here. What I really love about these books is that this was a 4 star. Okay. What I really love about these books is that while they look like children's books and they are very appropriate for all ages, there's still a moral hidden behind all the fun nonsense and whimsical tales that can apply to everyone. The biggest theme here is to be proud of who you are, no matter where you come from, who others expect you to be, or and even what you're made of. Love you, Cedarwood, and don't let anyone else dictate you. I can't speak today. Dictate to you who you are. Even those who appear most confident, like Apple, have securities, and those like the extra charming who don't quite measure up to the standards their family sets still have their moments of bravery. Especially in this volume, we get to hear from all the characters' points of view. As much as I love Apple and Raven, it was a nice change. My favorite characters have to be Maddie with her humorous Wonderland nonsense and Lizzie harsh because I know how under her tough exterior she has a kind heart and would make an excellent queen, at least of hedgehogs. I like this person just because she likes Maddie and Lizzie. They're two of my favorite characters along with Kitty. Because yeah. Um because I love them. Hmm. Okay, so that's all for this series. What other books do I not like? Are there any other books I don't like? I don't think so. Those are literally the only books I can think of that I do not like. There's probably more, but I can't think of them. Hmm. So yeah, that's it for this video. And if I think of more, maybe there'll be a part 2. There's definitely gonna be a part 2 of the earlier video, reacting to 4 and 5 stars. No, 1 and 2 stars in my favorite books because I didn't get too many of them because the video became a lot longer than I meant for it to be. So yeah, that's all, and I will please like and subscribe and comment uh if you like these books, if you don't like these books, and we can chat. And I will talk to you guys later.